Yes, my philosophy is reversing diabetes with fruit. You've been taught that fruit is too much sugar.
Alright, the first thing that I want to point out here is that this video could actually be dangerous. The reason for this is because this individual says that you can reverse type 1 and type 2 diabetes with fruit. It's been done. Type 2 diabetes has been reversed with a fruit diet. Not because there's anything magical about fruit, but when you're eating a diet mainly of fruit, you're going to reduce your caloric intake, therefore losing a lot of weight. And excessive body fat accumulation is one of, if not the main drivers of diabetes. With that being said, type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune condition. This is when the body mounts an immune response to the pancreas. And this kills the cells in the pancreas that actually produce insulin. And insulin is a hormone that's required to get glucose out of the bloodstream. Therefore, these individuals need to inject insulin in order to have their blood glucose return to baseline after a meal. Additionally, in order to get energy to their muscles and other tissues that are glucose dependent. And to date, really the only proven way to actually reverse type 1 diabetes is through stem cell injections, which are actually cells that can regenerate the pancreas. Unfortunately, no diet is going to reverse type 1 diabetes.
You've been taught that fruit is too much sugar, but even the scientists know that fructose stays inside the cells, and that fructose levels in the blood are usually extremely low.
So technically it's true that fructose levels in the blood are very low. And the reason for this is because fructose actually bypasses what is referred to as first-pass metabolism. First-pass metabolism is the phenomenon that the muscles and the fat cells actually have the ability to uptake glucose out of the bloodstream before it gets to the liver. In the case of fructose, the muscles can't actually uptake fructose, so fructose goes directly to the liver. And inside the liver, it has one of a few fates. It can be converted into glycogen and stored inside the liver. It can be converted into glucose or lactate, or it can be turned into a triglyceride, which is how we store body fat. I wouldn't take the percentages on that image to heart, because it differs between individuals. But those are the fates of fructose. And again, this is because the muscles cannot uptake fructose out of the bloodstream, so it's converted into things that can be uptaken by the muscles and the fat cells inside of our liver. The reason that fructose doesn't raise your blood glucose levels as much as straight glucose is because, as you saw, a lot of this fructose is either stored as glycogen inside of the liver, turned into lactate, or turned into body fat, meaning that for every 10 grams of fructose, you may only get 5 grams of glucose. And this could be beneficial for type 2 diabetics, and it can also be beneficial for type 1 diabetics because they won't have to inject as much insulin. However, this statement,
because fructose does not need to be further metabolized like your glucose,
is actually kind of backwards. Additionally, this statement,
they are simple sugars and fructose does not need insulin,
is also quite incorrect because a lot of fructose is actually converted into glucose, which will raise your blood glucose levels, meaning you will need to inject insulin if you're a type 1 diabetic. This isn't a bad thing, but telling people that they won't need insulin injections if they're eating fruit could cause a type 1 diabetic to go into hyperglycemia. And I probably would not have made this video if this individual just stated this and left it there. However, this individual does have a product to sell, and immediately after stating a lot of this misinformation, tries to sell a product that they are endorsing. But if you want to learn more about how you can take control of your health and your energy, and avoid a lot of the misinformation on the internet, send me a message to sign up for coaching.